We're moving closer to downtown, on a mission to establish a secure home base. Going across open ground could be dangerous, but there's a subterranean route.
And there's a highway running right into the city underneath our feet. It's called the sewer system.
The manhole covers can weigh upwards of 100 pounds, but there's a simple method for lifting them. You'll need a bit of cordage like this old shoelace and a short piece of metal thin enough to fit through the pick hole.
All right, this is a simple pre-sick. See the bite? This part that goes over and locks the rope down. It's also really easy to take off once we get this manhole off.
You'll need some extra leverage.
Like I said, these things are pretty heavy.
Sewers serve as drainage for the road network above ground and follow almost the exact same route. The map I found in the library can lead us safely downtown.
All right, out with the map. Our destination is 23rd and 7th. Here we are. We've got two major intersections, and then a dogleg, and we'll be at our destination.
You can expect sewers will be a very different place from today. They'll no longer be in use, and with repeated flushing from storm drainage, they'll be much cleaner. You wouldn't want to set up home here, but it will make them into an effective underground highway.
This marker says that we're at a street intersection. You see this manhole up here. If I was about 15 feet tall, it'd be no problem, but this is 21st and 5th. According to our map, we are getting closer. "23rd and 7th, we're here."
After 9/11, many cities adopted new security measures. To block potential terrorist attacks, manhole covers were tagged so any attempts to tamper with them could be monitored. Some were even welded shut.
I don't see any markings. I'm gonna give this one a shot.
To set up a home base, we're on our way to a place you'd never expect. A hospital. Not for medicine, for power. During a crisis, hospitals become the focus of intense hostility.
Places like hospitals will be on the front lines. Desperate people stop at absolutely nothing to get a hold of medicine. They'll ransack the hospitals. But what you'll be counting on is they're gonna overlook a major resource that's staring at them right in the face. And that's the ability to make their own power.
Every hospital has a backup generator designed to work even when the entire power grid fails. Getting it started could be the key to survival.
And that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna find a way into that backup generator, and you're gonna make a base here.
I'm in an abandoned hospital looking for a survival secret, and it's not medicine. That will all be gone. When Katrina struck, some of the city's hospitals and other healthcare resources were destroyed or inoperable. The number of patients who needed help far exceeded supplies and personnel. The situation became so desperate that within hours, pharmacies and clinics were looted and raided. Drugs and medicines were only available through a black market economy. But I'm looking for something the looters might have overlooked. A backup power generator.
Before you get power, you don't want to light this place up like a Christmas tree.
Switch all the fuses off. Lights in a building would be like a beacon in a pitch-black city, which could attract unwanted attention.
Now let's get down to the generator.
When the city's power grid fails, hospitals are one of the few places with backup emergency generators. It will automatically kick in using its own independent fuel supply. But with no one around to refuel it, the backup tank will eventually run dry. But that doesn't mean you can't get it started again.
The backup generator looks in good shape. Doesn't look like anyone's been tampering with it. All right, you see here, selector switch is on auto. That means when there's a power outage and the grid goes down, this generator kicks back on and takes up the slack. So if you can get some fuel and get it fired up, you can start making electricity and building a base.
Finding fuel won't be easy, but it's there if you know where to look, like in underground tanks at gas stations. Most generators run on diesel, which makes things easier.
Unleaded. When you're looking for fuel, diesel is going to be your best bet. This is it. In America, about 5% of the cars are diesel, so all the gasoline's going to be gone, but you can have a good chance of finding a little bit of diesel fuel.
With no power on at the pumps, extracting fuel could be tricky. I'm going to try using the bike pump I found.
When you attach your hose, make sure that your attachment points are taped well. You got to have a good seal on this. So, putting all this together, it basically turns into a huge syringe.
There's not much in the tank, but every drop will be precious, and you need to make sure you get all you can. And stay on the lookout for anything else you can use.
See that? It's a battery.
Car batteries can hold their charge for 12 to 18 months, but the beauty is they're rechargeable.
If we can get this battery recharged, it'll be a force multiplier.
A force multiplier is any factor that can increase your effectiveness.
Not a bad haul.
With a charged car battery, you'll have the potential to get a vehicle running, which will dramatically improve your circumstances. It may not be much fuel, but it should be enough to get the generator back up and running, at least for a short while.
Be as careful as you can. Remember, this is the most precious commodity. Fuel and power. Let's see if this works. Woo! You did it! All right, you got about 4 or 5 hours max to use to charge up batteries and to set up your base. So let's get going.
With the generator running, the car battery I found can now be charged.
All right.
And it's time to switch on the switches. The security office makes an ideal home base, with a bonus. With the power back on, the entrances can be monitored with a closed-circuit television. Now that we're safe, it's time to think again about food and water. Rain catchment on the roof is a great source of fresh water.
Your water's sterilized from boiling. And I know you gotta be hungry. Potluck's on the menu.
Without labels, you're just gonna have to get used to eating whatever you can get a hold of.
Let's see what we got. Sweet corn. Tastes great. Cat food, green beans, or I don't know, some kind of potted meat. Let's see. All right. Vienna sausages. Kind of reminds me of my grade school lunches.
Right now, basic needs like food, water, and shelter are under control. But there's one thing